Hey, I'm Brian from Leisure Travel Vans, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the three-way fridge that's inside your coach. So some of these fridges, you will see that they have a capacitive touch screen like this. Other ones will have a dial, but the function of them is essentially the same. In this case, we're going to walk through the button functions on this particular fridge. So the first button we're going to take a look at, of course, is going to be the power button. So we'll just press that in order to turn the fridge on. You'll see it light up. And now you can see that right now it is set to automatic. And it is trying to light on propane because we do not have any shore power available. So what we can do is we can always change these settings. You can go into the mode, change it to battery, propane, 120 volt electrical, or straight back to automatic. We'd always recommend leaving it on auto just because it will automatically select whichever one is available. And the way it prioritizes these is it will select shore power if it's available. So either from your shore power connection or if you're running the generator. The next would be propane is the next thing that it's going to select. If the shore power is not available, it'll go to propane. If propane's not available, it will throw an error code because it's not lighting on propane. So it's sensing that it's not lighting. So it needs to be, that error code will need to be reset. So you can see in this case now we've got an error code because the flame was not detected. So we're out of propane or the propane has been shut off. So in this case, you can see that there's an error code that's been thrown because it's flashing on the propane here. So either the propane has been turned off, we're out of propane, or possibly even when the propane was filled, a little bit of air might be in the lines and needs to be purged out. If it needs to be purged out, sometimes that can take maybe 3 cycles of resetting this error code. So in order to reset the error code, you'll see we'll press and hold the power button for about 2 seconds and then let go. You're going to hear one of these beeps for that error code being reset. If you hold it in much longer than that, the fridge will just turn off and it won't be reset. So we'll press and hold this button for about 2 seconds. There's the beep, and now it's reset the error code. The error light is no longer lit, and it will try to light on propane again. Battery power, it will not automatically go to unless if you have the chassis running. When the chassis is running, it senses the ignition signal from the chassis, and it will then turn it to battery mode automatically. So when you're driving down the highway, it will be running on battery mode. I wouldn't recommend using battery when you're just boondocking or anything like that because the battery power will be reduced significantly on your coach batteries. You will end up killing your batteries very quickly, and the battery power does not efficiently cool the fridge as well. For best efficiency, propane and shore power is always your best bet. So in this case, we're going to again leave it to automatic, and it's going to try to light on propane. If you want to adjust the temperature, again, there's just a little temperature button here. You can just select it from minimum to maximum cooling. Pretty simple to set that as well.
But what a couple little maintenance items would you say are good ideas?
A couple good ideas would be on the outside of the coach. There's a couple vents on your sidewall that you'll see. Make sure that those are never blocked at any point. Okay. So just make sure they're clean. And once in a while, you can actually remove those vents. And inside there, you can actually make sure that area is clean as well.
Okay.
Yeah, these shelves are all adjustable. These are wire shelves inside the coach.
Oh, yeah. They got the little stops here, so nothing slides out when you're driving. Nice.
Yeah. There's 3 shelves in there. Yep. 3 wire shelves in the fridge. In the freezer, there's no shelving, but lots of space in there available.
Gets nice and cold.
So yeah, these are adjustable shelves in here. There's several different points where you can put it. Okay. There's just this hardware on the side here is where you adjust it.
Yeah, I see that.
And in the door panel, there's these 2 adjustable trays.
Okay.
Do this way, so.
That'll be easier to do it that way.
These trays are adjustable. They just lift off. So there's a couple different spots where you can move them to.
Nice and easy for cleaning too. I guess soap and water for cleaning.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
And then down below here, we also have another tray. It is also removable if you don't want to have it there. Yeah. Down below, there's also the crisper drawer if you want to pull that out.
Isn't that cool? I didn't even know it had that.
Yeah, and a little adjustable settings there for if you want it more for the fruit side or the veggies. So we'll talk a little bit about the doors as well. So these doors, they open up both ways. They'll open up from the front or the back, right or left. When you put the fridge into storage, you want to make sure it's turned off. And these doors as well, they do also have a storage clip here. If you open this up, this will actually clip in place right there. So when you're in storage, you can actually do this just to make sure no mold or mildew builds up within the fridge as well. So just make sure we'll close that for normal use. And what can happen as well, these doors, they may become out of alignment. It could happen where maybe one side won't close properly. In order to fix that, you can actually remove the entire door. By doing that, you would have to tape these pins. You see there's going to be 4 pins on each door. There's one here, and also on the bottom here. You would tape these shut, and then you'd be able to close the door and open it up using both handles. There is an SOP procedure on how to do this as well. Another quick tip about the doors as well, these doors are quite tall. The fridge door is quite tall. So if you're only closing it from the top, there's a chance at the bottom may still need to be clipped in. So always make sure that when you're closing the door, ideally close it in the middle. That'll lock both of them. And if you're not sure why one side isn't opening up properly, just make sure that the bottom is fully clipped in as well.